Mrs. Soph,
This is a delayed Rich.
and we are from across the pond.
Honda.
What's going on? How was your weekend?
What's with the jig?
How was your weekend?
Oh, is that a weekend jig?
That's my weekend jig.
Okay, coolio mondolio. Yeah, it was fine. I worked both days, shopped for food, grocery shopping, tried to sort out a bit more of this office spare room. And before you say I look fine, I just want to put it out there that I know I don't because I had an afternoon sleep, right? But the reason I didn't do my hair or put my face on before I came here is because I thought, do you know what? Everybody is beautiful in their own way, and women choose to wear makeup and do their hair to enhance the natural beauty they've already got. This is reality. Sometimes women don't wear makeup or do their hair because they're tired.
People, she is naturally beautiful. She rarely wears makeup. She needs to stop it.
I wear makeup every day. Granted, no, I don't cake it on, but these glasses are making my bags look big. I've sent away for some new glasses because this is my old prescription as well. So,
you see what I'm saying?
I'm just trying to keep it real.
She looks fine. You look radiant.
Yeah, but hold on a minute. You know, we did the whole then and now show. When we was younger, it was different. Like when girls opened the magazines we didn't have social media, obviously, but now women are so fixated on looking perfect. What is perfect? I don't know. Their hair perfect, their makeup perfect. They want to look skinnier. They want to look like this person. They want to look like that person. Man, own it. Look what you look like. I know this girl I know who is going, well, she's been with this guy I went to school with for 20 years, lives in the next road. Black girl. She shaved her whole hair off the other day, right? She came on Instagram doing a video, literally bald as a coot, as my nan would say. And she was like, when your postman knocks on the door and he's bald, and I'm like, well, hello, mine's better than yours, you know? And I was like, wow. I mean, I ain't going to shave my head bald, but I'm saying more power to her. Do you know what I mean? You may as well just...
Yeah, well, you look fine, radiant as usual.
And us mums get tired. So some days we need a break from this perfect culture. I did say that I could put a filter on because I do have access to that, unlike you.
Oh, unlike wow.
Yeah, but we're gonna look into that. That's on the list of things to do on a Wednesday. Anyway, how was your weekend? I noticed you didn't put any makeup on your hair today.
My weekend was all right. I got a long nap.
Me too. It's great.
Which has been really great lately. I've been getting my naps in, which is, I guess, a sign of getting old because I don't do too much. Oh, football is on. So, that's the great pastime.
Well, the thing is, I had boxing 3 weeks in a row, big fights planned. Last night, Chris Eubank Jr. fight cancelled because the opponent was unwell. Failed a medical test on the day of the fight.
He probably had corona.
No, the person before him had corona. They swapped 2 weeks ago to a different fighter, and then the fighter failed the medical test on the day.
Well, Pacquiao retired.
About time. That was the short conversation.
She was like, about time. Pacquiao, you were just like, yeah, about time.
Yeah. He was, don't get it twisted, he was good in the day, but he's had his time now. As you were.
Yeah.
One. Next.
Yeah. Next.
Oh, yeah. Before we also forget, obviously Friday's show was about James Bond, and you asked, does anybody remember what his gun is called? Because you couldn't. My father messaged and said his gun was called a Waltzer PPK.
Waltzer PPK. Good job, Pops.
He was absolutely gutted that you didn't remember his Omega Seamaster watch because you always claimed to be a watch fan. So you talked about the gadgets and everything, but you didn't even mention the watch. So
my bad. Oops.
Whoopsie. You done whoopsie.
Whoops. Why you say it? Whoopsie.
Whoopsie. I say that when Alfie falls over. Whoopsie, I'll be there. All right, now, serious Sunday.
Serious Sunday.
Yeah, it is a serious subject, but I've got a feeling there's going to be a couple of belly laughs, as my dad would say, along the way.
Yes.
And we are going
And the serious Sunday is dating. Dating now and then.
No, dating.
How dating is now.
Dating full stop. Dating full stop.
Yeah, dating full. Will you say full stop?
Yeah. Don't you think nowadays everything is online? You can't really meet anybody unless it's online.
Yeah, I think dating has become more isolated now. You can just swipe left or right.
But that was even pre-corona. I think that as soon as online dating came, that was it. It changed.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried online?
I think that takes the fun out of meeting people.
Have you ever tried online dating?
No.
I'm not gonna lie. I tried it once, right? And that was because I've got a screenshot to read you an exact conversation, by the way, so I can tell you just what we're dealing with here. My friend Roy, he said to me, come on, you've been single for a couple of years, blah blah blah, why don't you just, I said, no, I want to meet someone the normal way, like in person. I want to see a real person, no catfishing, no selfies, none of this malarkey. He was like, so this is way beginning of lockdown. He was like, if you don't, that's how we do it these days. There is no other way of meeting someone. So this is how it went. So he said, don't go on Tinder. Go on one called Hinge. Because that's more serious. Yeah. Apparently, if you go on Tinder, you just want a little bit of how's your father and nothing else.
Want a little bit of cake.
Go on Hinge. It's a bit more serious. I was like, okay. So I signed up. And I literally, basically, like you say, picture comes up with a profile and you've got to click, yes, I like this profile, or no, I don't. Once you've clicked yes, it's up to them whether they click they like you as well. Then you can start messaging. If they don't, then obviously you've been rejected, Otherwise, you just keep flicking. So here I was, I swear, no word of a lie, for like 2 or 3 hours. Like, no. Oh, he doesn't look too bad. No. Anyway, so this one guy messaged me, right? This is the exact conversation word for word. Do you use helium regularly? So I sent 2 question marks and he said, unfortunately, I've been busted twice at balloon parties, but each time I got told to suck it up. Have you sucked any elements of the periodic table recently? I said, sorry, is that meant to be funny? His reply, what? This is a dating site. Of course, it's a laughing matter because helium kills.
Yeah.
Block.
Look, now I have in the past, I have to backtrack because now I don't know, I had a little brain fart when you asked me if I've ever done it. I have done it and I've been catfished numerous times to the point to where, no.
Okay, catfish, you didn't realize you've been catfished till you meet them?
Yeah, till you meet them.
Okay, and what was okay, for anybody who doesn't happen to know, maybe my dad doesn't know because he's not really up there with things. Catfish is when somebody sends you pictures and then when you meet them, they totally look something else. Like they could send you pictures from when they're 20 and they're size 10. Now they're 40 and also 40 pound heavier, and it's totally different. So What did they perceive to be and what did they turn out to be?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm asking you, your catfish, what did they perceive to be and then what did they turn out to be?
Oh, well, me and the young lady were talking and I'm the type of person where I keep it 100. So I sent her an actual picture of me, what I look like, straight with no chaser. She sent me a handful of pictures. They look nice. I thought she was pretty. We continued the conversation, and then I said, you know what? Enough with the conversation. Let's meet up. I went and made reservations in her little town so she didn't have to go far. When I got there, she was overweight. The same pictures, they were pictures, but like you said, years ago. Um, and I was just caught off guard. Did I still go on the date? Everybody asks me, did I still go on the date? I still went on the date. I was still a gentleman.
Okay, so putting the looks aside, you couldn't get past that. Like, so when you were on
I couldn't get past that because of the simple fact of the matter is she sent me all these pictures. It'd be different if like she sent me some pictures and then she sent me some pictures. Give me an opportunity to make that decision.
So how did she message you after and say, "Oh my God, what a lovely date. Can we go out again?" or not?
No, because I end up confronting her after the.
Oh, you got to spill them beans. What happened? You confronted her face to face?
No, we talked on the phone, you know what I mean? And I just told her that it just wasn't going to work, you know, and then I told her why, and then she understood, and then that was it.
Did you tell her it was because she catfished you?
I didn't really call it catfishing. I didn't say she catfished me. I just said that she should try better to be honest with herself in future endeavors. You know what I mean?
I wonder if she took your worldly advice on board.
I don't know. I wasn't real mean to her, you know, because I wouldn't want to be anybody mean to me. And she was nice. Don't get me wrong. She was nice. It's just I was caught off guard.
But really, that is even if, you know, like, because obviously they say beauty's only, you know, only skin deep, it's on the inside, blah blah blah. So if you'd have gone out and she was an amazing person and you thought, you know what, actually, yeah, regardless of her looking different, I still like her, your relationship would have started based on a lie.
Yes.
Just putting it out there.
But that's why I don't do online datings. I've been catfished numerous times.
Do you know what made me delete it? I actually kept it for a total of 2 days, right? 2 days. And this other guy messaged me, and you know, I'm not gonna lie, the talking went backwards and forwards for a little bit, and I thought, oh, you know, who knows? Then he messaged me saying, on the same day of the first chat, so how do you fancy Netflix and chill? And I was like, but I didn't think that's what this site was about. I thought if you wanted that, you go to Tinder. Someone told me this isn't what this site's about. And he went, it's whatever you make it. Block, delete, take me off the site. Roy, block. How's the site going? It's been removed. Thank you and good night.
Yeah. I think now it just eliminates, I think online dating just eliminates meeting people in person. I like meeting people in person.
Me too. But the thing is, though, I do know of people, and I have got friends who have met online on online dating sites, and they're married with kids, you know.
Yeah, having the time of their lives.
That was my small piece of hope that I was hanging on to, that it does actually happen, you know.
It happens for some people, like Tiffany Haddish and Common. They had a virtual date on Bumble.
Okay, but they knew who each other was. There's no way they could have been a catfish. Now, listen, if I'd have gone on Hinge and Common had been on there, give me, I'd have agreed to Netflix and chill. Yes, straight away. Did you say Netflix and chill? I got the Netflix. You bring the chill. Woo.
Look at you. Down, girl, down. Common is not.
Do you know what I did? Do you know what I did always want to try? I always wanted to try speed dating.
Now, you know what? I've seen that on television, and I've actually seen it like reality shows or whatever.
Yeah.
I would love to do speed dating.
Do you know what? This my reasoning why I'd like to try it is A, you get to see the people in person, so you could, yeah, they couldn't be a catfish. B, you get to see multiple people in one night rather than just one person wasting your time. You know, it's a bit of a time saver. As far as I know, I suppose it's different depending on what you go to. The women stay at the table and the men move the bell rings every 3 minutes and then he skips to the next table. So the bell rings, ding, 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 you sit down. Yes, I'm Rich, I'm Soph, tell me, da, da, da. Then you say yes or no, whether you do or don't like them. Next, da, 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 next.
But the end result is, what if you like multiple? What if you like multiple people?
But isn't that the same? Isn't that the same as online dating? Only online dating is online. Like, this is what I mean. When I was on there, somebody said to me, "Oh, you need to talk to multiple people," and I was like, "I can't do that. I'm like a one-man woman, one at a time." And they were like, "No, you need to speak to multiple people, say 10, and then I know. Then after a while, say like." After a couple of backwards and forwards chats, you could knock off 2 or 3 because the Netflix and chill guy gone, helium balloon guy gone. So now you're down to 8. After another day or so, you've had another couple of chats. 3 more might go until you whittle it down to just 1. And I'm like, what? I haven't got time for that.
Yo, that's a lot of work.
I know. And imagine if you called somebody by the wrong name. Oh, yes, Dave. Remember you told me about your helium? My name's Bob. Oh, shit. Sorry, Bob. I can't do that, no. So at least
sorry, Bob.
Yeah, at least speed dating, you could be like, okay, I can see you, you're a real person. Yes, no, yes, yes, yes. Then weigh up.
I want to know what the rules are in speed dating, because there's got to be a way for you to say you like this person or like that person.
Well, yeah, I've seen different ones. On one show, you went and put your
I'm gonna look up rules of speed dating.
Somebody pinned their name next to your name if they liked you, and then it was up to you whether you said you wanted their number or not. I don't really know. Hey, because of Corona, you probably aren't allowed to do speed dating anymore. And if you did, there'd be a glass screen in between you or something. I don't know. I should have played some hold music while you're listening. I mean,
I'm sorry, I was listening. I'm sitting here.
No, I meant while you're looking. While you're looking.
Oh, I'm looking for the rules of speed dating.
Surely it's different for different things, different places.
I'm about to find out.
We're about to find out, people. This was meant to be serious Sunday, but as you can see, as I thought, not really anything. Do you know? Okay, I'm going to tell you what is the serious point about it after you've finished looking up the rules. I should have looked up the rules, really, because you take forever.
You know it.
I bet if I started looking now, I'd probably get them before you.
Conversation starters on the date.
I haven't got my cup today, so I'm just going to plug Pepsi Max. I haven't drunk a Diet Coke or a Pepsi for ages, but I fancied it.
Oh, yeah. Guess what it says? The ideal is simple. An equal number of single men and women in the same age range get together for a couple of hours. The women are seated around the room, and the men rotate, usually spending 2 to 5 minutes with each woman. Both parties keep track of whom they would like to get to know better.
Get in.
Get in. So I guess you go with a cue card and just with names on it, just be like,
yeah, tick, cross, tick.
Soph. But don't really say how the end would go. How it ends though.
And I'm not being funny. I've known people that have, like I said, married from online dating. So I've never ever met somebody that met their partner through speed dating.
Me neither. You've met people who've been married off of online dating. I haven't met anybody who's online dated and then got married.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't met anyone. I've heard of people online dating and then end up getting married and having kids. I don't know anybody physically who's done it.
I think after online dating came about, things like speed dating got put on a back burner. You just didn't do it anymore. Like here, I don't know if they do it there. You know, our Asda is the same as Walmart, same company. They used to say like on a Tuesday was singles night. So you could go and do your shopping, and potentially other people that were doing their shopping at that point were single, you know.
You mean your Walmart advertised single night shopping?
They didn't advertise it widely, only like on the QT. Sainsbury's, the supermarket, did as well. It was, I'm sure it was a Tuesday or a Wednesday night. Yeah.
Wow. I wonder how much
So you could go
business.
to aisle number 6 and get a loaf of bread and pick up a man.
Or a woman.
Well, yeah, well, I don't want to pick up a woman, but you might, yeah.
I don't want to pick up a man.
Okay, it is Serious Sunday, so let's talk about the serious side of it, right? Because especially online dating comes with so much, I don't even know what the word is, like safety has got to be a big issue, man. You're potentially, you could meet anybody. Like, you hear so many horror stories about, you could be meeting a serial killer, you don't know. And I know that sounds over dramatic, but you
or
don't
a predator
know.
to catch a predator.
Anybody. So I don't understand whoever come up with this concept of online dating. It almost seems like safety went out the window. And hey, let's not get it twisted. Safety for men too. There's some crazy women out there.
Yes, there is. There's plenty.
That sounds like somebody from experience saying that. I mean, I get it. You could meet a serial killer or a crazy person in person as well. I know that. But
at least you would have like some type of sixth sense, or you don't really.
Yeah, because somebody
really
behind the screen could literally, like we say, catfish. There could be a picture of Vin Diesel on the profile, and sat behind the computer could be a 60-year-old guy with his gut hanging out, stuff in his face full of crisps, typing, saying, oh yeah, I look like Vin Diesel, I got a six-pack, when actually really he hasn't. You see it all the time on that show, Catfish. You must have watched that a couple of times.
Yeah, I've watched that on numerous occasions.
And sometimes it turns out to be like a woman is pretending to be a man because she's got a crush on the woman who's not a lesbian, but she fancies her, so she, you know,
makes and vice versa. Or it could
crazy.
be a man talking as a woman.
Bizarre.
Which is crazy and dangerous. Do you consider online dating dangerous, though?
This is what I'm saying. You got to weigh up the pros and cons. Whoever invented online dating clearly didn't think about it, because you can put in a different name, age, you know. All right, granted, you could meet a serial killer in person who would give you a different name, age, and all the rest of it, but I don't know.
Like our show, You.
I was just about to say, the funny thing is about that, not funny, haha, but like, I was so spooked out. You know, the very first episode, anybody who doesn't know it, you won't think this is a spoiler. If you've watched it, you'll know what I mean. The very first episode, the beginning is, he works in a bookshop. The girl goes into the bookshop and buys a book. He fancies her. That's it. So then you go back to him. You can hear him talking. And he says, she looked at me. She must have fancied me. Look at how she looked at me. I saw the name on her card that she paid with. And just when I typed it in, I found her on Facebook. And it brings up her whole profile.
Yeah.
By looking through her pictures.
Stalked her.
Yeah. By looking through her pictures, I found out, click, where she lives. And he's standing outside her house. Like, what? And these stalkers do exist. Let me tell you that for a fact. Stalker people do exist. It's crazy. They're crazy. But you can meet a stalker in person as well as online. This is what I mean.
True. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's like a double-edged sword. You can do online or you can date in real life and run into the same problem.
Somebody, even if you meet them in real life, people put on a mask. They can spin you a yarn, sell you a dream, be everything that you want them to be. Eventually, 1 month, 10 months, 6 months, 1 year, that mask will slip off, by which point you're already invested. You're into in love with that person. You're in that relationship. You bought the dream. Their mask has slipped off. So then it's difficult to get out. I mean, you can get out, obviously, but it's more difficult to get out then after that point. But it's the same as online. People can put on a facade. So,
well, what do you consider a classy date?
a classic date or first date?
Yeah, it could be
Cliche,
a
man.
first
Drinks
date.
and dinners. That's nothing, you know.
You know what? I've done got old fashioned. I like a big cup of coffee and just conversation.
Yeah, I agree.
Meet somewhere in public with around a lot
False.
of people and just like a drink and some conversation, maybe something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing major, but
I
just
don't agree with these people that say, "Oh, let's go to the cinema on a first date." What's the point of that? You can't talk. You're in the
can't
dark.
talk. You can't talk during the movie. I
No.
ain't paying attention. I ain't paying attention to you if we go into the movie.
And I'm not being funny. I personally wouldn't necessarily like to go out to eat on a first date because I don't really like people to see me eating. So I don't really want you to see me eating the very first time I've met you. So no.
Well, you're a picky eater. I'd be like, boy, she's a cheap date. She don't
I'd
even
have a
like
salad. I'd be one of those that have a salad.
a salad.
I like the
How
salad.
about an appetizer? How about like a drink and an appetizer?
No, if you're going to go out, what's the point in just having a starter? Forget that. Go for coffee and maybe a piece of cake.
That's the same as an appetizer.
No, it isn't. An appetizer's savoury. You can't have an appetizer without having a main and a dessert. You may as well go for the whole hog.
No, you can do an appetizer and a drink. That's the same as having a coffee and cake. So you'll sit and have coffee and cake, but you won't sit and have a drink and an appetizer to get to know a person.
What sort of appetizer are you talking about?
What do you mean? Like an appetizer, like
Yeah,
a
like
small snack.
what would you order? Just like
An
bread
appetizer is a small snack.
yeah, like bread and little picky bits.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I wouldn't want an appetizer like, say, if I was going to have a 3-course meal and I have like garlic mushrooms with a little side sauce or something. Nah. If it's like bread and bits, bread and cheese and stuff, then fair dues. Yeah, I'll go for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Bread and cheese and wine.
But then even then, what would happen is I'd have a little bit and think, oh, that tastes well nice. And they'd be like, do you want some? Oh, no, thanks, I'm fine. This saying, you're fine. This gut saying, eat some more, eat some more.
Yeah. Yeah. So a classic date, I think.
Okay, what happened to way back in the day? I'm talking about like our grandparents' time. It would just be that you meet somebody and you stick with that person for the rest of your life. People don't do that no more.
No. Well, yeah, they still do. It's called marriage.
Oh yeah. And look at the divorce rate now compared to then. People don't do that anymore. They don't.
That is true.
They don't value marriage, I don't think. It's just too throwaway. And do you know what it is? Maybe again, online temptation is there in your face. People ain't got no self-control.
That could be too. That could be true. Self-control.
I would love to be one of those people, you know, like when you go out and you see an old couple and they're like, oh, we've been married for 50 years. And I'm like, oh man, I want to be.
Doesn't that just, it breaks my heart because I'll just be like, oh man, I want it like that.
Exactly.
But then I start thinking, I don't know.
You think like that because you haven't met the one yet that you want to spend 50 years with.
No.
And I try and think about it because obviously I'm going to be 40 this year. So the chances of being with someone for another 50 years is quite slim because will I live till I'm 90?
Yeah.
Who knows?
You'll live to your 90. I can see it right now.
Who knows?
Hair blonde, white. Just white. You're living till 90.
Who knows?
Yeah, I can see
that's the only way I'm going to be with someone for 50 years if I live till I'm 90.
Yeah.
Oh God, ATP yawn is here. Cool, imagine that, yawning on a first date. Oh, that'd be off-putting. Okay, apart from
that'd probably turn them off because they probably think they're bored.
Let me ask you this then. Apart from being catfished, if you met someone on a first date and they looked exactly like they had done in their picture, What is on a turn off for you, like off-putting? What is a no-go? Like, no.
Ooh, if she eats with her mouth open, talk with food in her mouth.
Got bits all stuck in her teeth.
And you know what I really don't like? I don't like a foul mouth woman.
Someone who swears?
A lot.
Oh, you wouldn't like me then.
No, I'm talking about like in every other sentence. You don't cuss.
Sometimes every other word, so that's
you don't cuss in every other sentence.
Okay.
Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I swear a lot too, but I just think it's very unladylike to see a woman swear every other sentence.
Okay, so no eating with the mouth open, not much swearing. Anything else?
Mm. What was the question again?
What puts you off? What would put you off?
Oh, hygiene, of course.
You mean if she smells?
Oh my God, if she smells, yes, that's a turn off.
What about if she burped after her food?
Nah, that wouldn't have turned me off because I probably burped right along with her.
Really? Oh my God.
I probably burped right along with her. That's a sign of some good food. Now, how she burped, it'd probably be like if she burped like a man, I'd just be like,
That's definitely me off then.
And she was just like, excuse me. Excuse me.
What if
okay.
What if she was rude to the waiter?
Then I would tell her about herself if she was rude to the waiter.
But would that
That's something that you can, that's certain things you can iron out when you're with that person. Just
you wouldn't have said that's a red flag? How you treat somebody?
If she did it in a way to where like I think that's her normal way of doing things, that probably would deter me. But I don't think it would deter me. I would have to literally go out with her on a second date. If she did it like again, then I'd probably be a red flag for me.
How do you feel like, from a man's point of view, like obviously the normal old fashioned way is men ask the ladies out. How would you feel if a woman shot her shot or took her shot or whatever they say?
I would be flattered. But I'm old fashioned. I like to ask women out.
So you'd be flattered, but you, even if you liked her, you wouldn't accept it because you want to be old fashioned and ask her out?
No, I probably would accept if I liked her. I mean, this is a new age now. You know, women want to be in control sometimes.
No.
Sometimes, huh?
No, not all of us.
Not all, but some women nowadays like to shoot their shots. If she was attractive and I liked her and she liked me and she said, "Hey, how about we go on a date or something like that, or get some coffee?" I'd probably say yeah. But I wouldn't make it an everyday thing though, because I still got to be the man in the relationship. I gotta, you know what I mean? I gotta, flex.
So how would you feel then if you was dating someone and it was going really well, got down the line like real serious, and this is a bit off topic, but I just want to know your answer. And then she asked you to marry her. If you like to be the old fashioned way, say you didn't see it coming.
I didn't see it coming.
You know what? No, you've had conversations. You've had conversations about marriage, so you've discussed it. You both do want to get married at some point. Blah blah blah. But then she just totally takes you by surprise, pops down on one knee, and pops the question.
That would be a hard decision to make.
So you would potentially reject her so that you could ask.
I would possibly say we would have to talk about it.
So yeah, you would reject her.
I wouldn't reject her. I'd say we talk about it. I'd be like, wait a minute. Whoa. Let's talk about it.
Okay, but let's get to the point where you do want to marry her, but you just haven't got around to asking her yet, and she beats you to it.
Oh, she beats me to it? And I want to marry her anyway? I'm saying yeah.
would you still then get down on one knee with a ring for her and up?
I'd do it again. Oh yeah, most definitely. I have to top hers.
Oh my
That's just my
God.
competitiveness. I would have to top hers. If she proposed to me, I would have to propose to her 3 times better. That's
Okay,
only fair. I think that's only fair.
so
How would you like it? Would you as a woman propose to a man?
No, never.
Never.
Yeah. I'm like,
Even if you knew he was the one and
if
y'all
he's the
talked about
one,
it.
if
And
he's the
y'all talked
one,
about it.
if he's the one and we've talked about it, he knows I'm waiting for him to get down on that knee with that ring. That's it.
Yeah, he knows you waiting.
I, like you, am a bit old fashioned. I personally would never ask a man out, right? A, because I'm a bit old fashioned, but B, I don't like rejection. Why am I going to put myself potentially under a bus? And yes,
set yourself up.
I could miss the one true love of my life. I could miss it, could pass me by, but I'm not asking somebody out for them to be like, no.
So back in the day, like, so school dances and stuff like that, you never asked anybody out. They had to ask
to
you.
the no. I was the chubby kid in the corner waiting to get asked, but never did, and ended up just dancing by myself and then going home with a tin of pop. No.
A tin of pop.
Yeah.
Oh, I was the one that I would ask in a heartbeat, but I always got rejected, so it didn't really bother me. I ended up dancing by myself regardless.
Oh. Did you?
I was the class clown and the nerdy one, so I was just like, forget it, dude.
I wouldn't ask a guy out, and I would never ask a guy to marry me.
But you would never ask a guy out on a date.
No.
So if you fancy some guy and he walked up to you and y'all just start hitting it off and he walks away,
that's his loss. He should have shot his shot.
So you wouldn't say, hey, by the way,
no,
can we exchange numbers? You wouldn't say any of that.
No way.
Okay. That's to you. I think men should be the ones that initiate first contact.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
But then after that, I think once,
because if you meet in person and you've got to the point where he's come over to talk to you, he must have got the signals, the look, the flick of the hair, whatever, a little grin. So then he's come over to talk to you. He's standing there talking to you, so you must like him, Otherwise, if you didn't like him, you'd have been like, oh God, no, thank you,
Yeah.
And then if he did come over and you didn't like him, you'd say, sorry, mate, I'm married. Yeah.
Or I'm taken.
Okay, so exactly. We saying there's pros and cons to meeting in person or meeting online. What is the best way then? Because potentially there could be psycho killers and
to me, honestly, my opinion, I think the best way to meet somebody is in person. This online stuff takes away the fun. I think to me, the fun of it is meeting people in person. So they get to see your personality. They get to see, how you interact amongst other people. You know what I mean? It's kind of, me reading a profile of something that you might have wanted me to hear or want people to know versus I'm out somewhere and she's out somewhere and I see how she's interacting. I go,
Because mostly as well, on these dating sites, they're literally just headshots, like selfies. Now, I'm telling you, one of the off-putting things for me is bad shoes. So if you turn up and you've got bad shoes, nah. So yeah, in person is definitely the way forward.
If you got bad shoes on, it's a no-no.
When I say bad shoes,
you could have a stunner. You could have a stunning personality, but if his shoes is rugged, it's a no-go.
It's how you present yourself says a lot about you. First impressions. Okay, say you met a woman and she made a really terrible first impression. She didn't necessarily have good hygiene. She smelled a bit funny. She ate with her mouth open, all of the things you don't like, and then afterwards she messaged you and said, look, I'm really sorry about that. That's not really me. I just was having a bad day. Something had happened, blah, blah. Can you give me another chance? Would you?
Yup. If she came at me like that, I would say I would give her another chance, just for the simple fact that she was brave enough to come at me, because most women wouldn't do that. So if she came at me like that and was like, look, I had a really rough day. I was nervous. You know what I mean? I was trying to sabotage the date. I can really let's give it another shot. And I would literally give her another shot. I'd literally be like, all right, cool. Let's see what it's all about. But then I am a firm believer that women pick men. Men don't pick women.
See, I don't.
A woman to me, and this is just my opinion, by the time I walk up to that woman already knows if she's either going to talk to me, A, talk to me, B, give me the number, or 3, give me the time of day.
But you've got to rewind a bit, because you've already picked her. So you pick who you want. There's 5 women in the room. You've assessed the situation and you've looked and you've said, I want her. So you've gone there, regardless of whether she likes you or not. You've initially picked who you want.
Yeah, but initially, a woman will automatically know if she's going to give me any type of play before I even walk up to her. I could walk up to you and say, yeah, I like her. I'm going to go talk to her, right? But before I even get, like you said, if his shoes is off-putting, the women already scan the whole man by the time he gets in front of her. And she makes the final decision if I'm a go or not.
Potato. You could be in a bar. I could see you and think he's nice. I'm going to be brave and shoot my shot. If I walk over to you and you don't like me, then you could shut me down. It's the same thing. Same thing.
But women have more of the power, though. I think women have more power when it comes to
I disagree. I think, as shallow as it sounds, it all depends on the external. Because if I approach you like I'm approaching you, if you like the look of me or not, that's going to determine whether you give me the time or day. Same as if you approach me, when I look at you or not, it's going to determine whether I give you the time of day or not. So it's not about who has more power. It's about the level of attraction you have for that person, male or female.
My opinion.
Okay, well, if it's your opinion that the women have the thing, how do gay people do it then? There's 2 men there. There ain't a woman there.
I don't have a clue, because
that's when it comes down to my theory. Attraction is what
I don't know how they operate.
The bar. Attraction is what sets a bar, regardless of whether you're male or female. A man approaching a woman approaching a man. It's depending on whether that person finds you physically attractive, whether they're going to give you time of day or not.
Okay. Tomato.
Potato.
So therefore, would you rather online date or date in person? Person. We both agree on it.
Okay, person. We want to hear people's stories. Would you rather in online or in person? Have you gone online? Have you got any horror stories?
Have you ever been catfished?
Maybe we should do that, Maybe we should, like our Instagram lives and stuff. Maybe we should start to have a subject each time, and then people can chip in and come and be guests and tell us their stories.
Ooh. Yeah, that probably would be fun.
Yeah.
Talk about their online dating experience.
Or just dating experience in general, because I'm sure there's horror stories
dating
from personal
experience dating. In general. Next Saturday should be fun.
Ooh. Well, yeah, we're doing an Instagram live next Saturday. Nobody's got any other plans. It's been rescheduled, 9th of October.
Yes.
Be there or be
square. Now, you know what I'm about to say.
I really don't.
If you love looking at our pretty faces, don't forget to like, click, and subscribe to Across the Pond with Rich and Soph here on YouTube. And if you don't like looking at our pretty faces, You can find us on Spotify
and Google
and all the
Podcast
and
and
other podcast platforms,
other streaming platforms.
streaming
Apple
platforms.
Podcast.
Yes.
And if you
Also,
want to wear us,
find us on Across the Pond with richsoph.com.
correct. And as per usual, feel free to share, follow, like, and comment. We love comments.
Yes, we love comments.
And you can ask anybody that's ever commented. We always reply.
Respond. We always respond back.
Maybe sometimes a little bit late, but it's better late than never. But we always reply.
Yes.
But yeah, comment, tell us any dating stories. Are you online dating or in person? Which one gets your vote? Let's have a little poll.
And if you've been watching this for a while and you feel as though we haven't touched on a topic that you might want us to discuss, feel free.
Yeah, suggestion box. I'm going to put a poll up on our socials and get people to vote online or in person. What do they think is better?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
And see what we get.
What do we get? Right, so that's Instagram Live, 3 p.m. your side, 8 p.m. my time, next Saturday, 9th.
Next Saturday. We're doing an Instagram Live, people, across the pond. We're going to do it.
Does not get much rawer and realer than that.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
So, this is Soph.
This is Rich.
And we are
from across the pond. Hope you can hear the jingle this time.
I know, right?
If you ready to go across the pond with Rich Soph. All right, now holla at me if you ready to go across the pond with Rich Soph. All right, now holla at me if you ready to go across the pond with Rich Soph. All right, now holla at me if you ready to go across the pond with Rich Soph. All right, all right, all right.
I think one time maybe we should sing it live.
Ooh, both of us grab the mic on it. I think it would be great.
And we could proper pump it up. Woo, woo, woo.
So I guess I will see you on Wednesday.
I guess you will.
And we will see you people again on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Ooh, triple whammy.
Bop, bop, bop.
Yepper.
Have a good day, people. Yepper.
Have a good week. Yepper.